6:15 a.m. the sun was out. Indeed, things are good, and we do hope, according to the weatherman, he's saying that the rains will no longer be here, but as a result we will have very cold season. Things are going to get cold, but we thank God that now the rains have subsided. We are not praying the rains away, please note, but we're praying for a subsidized amount, you know. Yeah, at least watu wasibebwe na maji. Yeah, this is EBN TV Morning Live. We have a lot in store for you. Number one, first off the chart is as usual a recap of what was making headlines. Number two, we'll have the newspaper review, and then finally we'll have a guest on board who will be coming from the Glow Mustard Foundation, Glow Mustard Talk. The founder of that foundation will be here, and we'll be also touching on 1, 2, 3 things. It is a segment that you definitely want to be around for. Now, my name, as I said, is Consolata Shibalonza. Why don't we get straight to the first part? Now, if you were born in 2000, 2008, that means you were born around the time when there was the post-election violence. President Ruto has ordered off the reopening of all schools on Monday, May 13th, 2024. This decision follows improved weather forecast indicating a decrease in heavy rainfall, which previously necessitated the postponement of school reopening. Additionally, President Ruto has directed that funds for the reconstruction of infrastructure damaged by heavy rains be sourced from the National Government Constituencies Development Fund. Initially, schools were scheduled to reopen on the 29th of April 2024, but this date was later pushed to May 6th, 2024. Now, the reason is why I was asking about those who were born between 2007 and 2008. Those people who were born during the post-election violence, they had their KCPE done during the COVID season, and now their KCSE is being threatened by the floods. What a great bunch of people are going to have.
All parents are advised on the assessment of weathermen and on the assessment of the government of Kenya. It will now be safe, and we have made adequate arrangements. We have asked members of parliament, and we have provided resources through the NGCDF for repair of classrooms and other facilities, learning facilities across Kenya, and therefore all schools will be opened on Monday next week, and therefore parents must prepare their children to go to school. Tumekubaliana kama serikali ya kwamba kwa sababu wale weathermen wametuambia ya kwamba sasa mvua itazidi na kwenda chini, na hatutaki watoto wetu wakose nafasi pia ya term ya kusoma. Ningependa kutangaza ya kwamba shule zetu zote za Kenya zitafunguliwa Jumatatu ijayo.
Hapo sioni kama iko sawa juu still mvua iko, mavuriko iko.
Now, our very own Dr. Nganyi went to the streets to try and talk to some of the students who are anticipating to go back to school come Monday, and others also, as well as parents and just members of the public, to see their opinions on the same. Dr. Nganyi's report, here goes.
Schools were scheduled to reopen on Monday, 29th of April, but the date was later postponed to May 6th after CS Ezekiel Machogu postponed it due to the ongoing heavy rains that are pounding the country. Then on Friday last week, the president issued a directive that schools will reopen after an indefinite time. Today, the president issued another directive that schools will open on Monday, May 13th, 2024. We were on ground at Buruburu and took some of the parents and students' views about the opening date in light of the recent heavy rains.
Kuna mtoto wa class 8 na form 3. Hapo sioni kama iko sawa juu still mvua iko, mavuriko iko, shule mingi zimefunikwa na maji. Watoto wengine ni wadogo, hata hawezi vuka hizi mitaro. Sasa hapo tunaona kuna risk, na still mvua inaanza kunyesha masaa ya mchana while watoto wako still shule. Solution, I think tunaweza goja mvua ishe juu hata COVID tuligojea hizo miezi zote. na watoto still shule iliendelea tu kama kawaida.
Nasomea Kanga High School. Sasa vile president amesemeti tunarudi chuo, mimi sioni kaiko fiti juu unaona natumia njia Maimahiu. Vile na usiuliona kwa news Maimahiu pia kuna venye njia imeharibika kiasi. Na pia na travel usiku ndo nifika asubuhi. Sasa unaona itakuwa somehow hectic kiasi juu pia naweza bakia kwa barabara nikienda shule unajua, si ndio? Sasa ndo maana mimi naona bado wa extend your time kiasi.
My views about children reporting on school on Monday, I see that it's a bit early because there's still rains and floods. Like us, we live next to Kiambio, and the bridge, as you can see, the bridge is not yet completed. So the kids are supposed to round all the way to Bahati. And most of the kids are from Uhuru Primary, from Harambe, they're using that bridge. So they can't cross over the wooden thing. So it will be, and in case, again, there is security problem. Like for me, I can't allow my kid to cross using those wooden bridge because it's very risky. The kid can slide, or myself, I can slide and fall in the water.
Katika ya mashule anasema zifunguliwe, kunaye wazazi wenzetu wameathirika katika janga la mvua na mafuriko. Kwa hivyo kuna bado baadhi ya wazazi wetu na watoto wetu wako angali mahali pale na wajaondoka mahali pale, na bado kuna mabarabara bado yamefurika, maboma zao zimefurika. So sisi kama wazazi bado tunaonelea bado kuna uzito fulani,
na ningependa kusema kama shule yangu iko karibu hapa, ni vizuri tu tukifungua juu tena itaenda kama ile system ya corona, na hiyo itakuwa very bad, itatukatizia kwa masomo juu mingi tulilack mingi last time na tuwezi penda kulack tena this time.
Tunaomba kwamba tukuwe na kitu ambayo inaitwa protocol mzuri ya serikali ya kwamba kama hakuna shule tunabrifiwa mapema, ndio tunakaa sisi kama wazazi tusiumia kwa mfuko, na ile hali hiyo pesa ambayo tumetoa hatutarudishiwa na watoto kuhangaika kwa magari.
Those are some of the parents and students' views, and most of them are asking the government to consider pushing the reopening date to allow for the floods and heavy rain situation to quell down. Dr. Ngani reporting for EBN TV.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ngani. That was a beautiful report. Now, yesterday, the President declared Friday, May 10th of this year as a public holiday for the planting of over 200 million trees and in remembrance of those affected by the floods. Additionally, the full tree planting initiative will be launched on that day with the aim of conserving the environment to restore better environmental conditions. President Ruto urged all Kenyans to plant at least 50 trees each to combat the effects of climate change within the country.
Kila Mkenya Ijumaa ijayo tukikumbuka matatizo ambayo tumepata, hata maisha ambayo yamepotea, kwa heshima hiyo na kwa sababu tunajua suluhu kamili ya matatizo haya ya climate change ni kushughulikia mambo ya mazingira, tuweze kupanda miti, tuweze kushirikiana serikali nzima. Ijumaa hii tarehe 10, sote kama Wakenya tutaungana, tupande miti na tujue ya kwamba suluhu kamili ya matatizo ya kiangazi na mafuriko ni kushughulikia mambo yetu ya mazingira. We are going to be united. Na naomba kila Mkenya mahali ambapo kila Mkenya yupo tupande miti. Kama inawezekana kila Mkenya apande miti 50 Ijumaa. Kila Mkenya mahali popote alipo pande miti 50 Ijumaa. Tunataka kama inawezekana tupande miti milioni 200 Ijumaa, ili tuanze safari ya kukabiliana na matatizo ya climate change ama kuharibika kwa mazingira, ndio tuweze kuzuia kiangazi na tuweze kuzuia mafuriko.
Now, the case involving the dismissal of Agriculture Sector CS Mithika Linturi is still in the hands of parliamentarians. A committee led by Marsabit Women Representative Naomi Wako is tasked with investigating CS Linturi regarding the subsidized fertilizer scandal. The committee aims to submit its report next week on Monday during a special session convened by the House Speaker Moses Wetangula. These sessions will continue for 3 consecutive days until Friday, when the committee will withdraw to compile its report.
A minister holds that office in trust. A minister must be trusted. A minister has a duty to give the right information to Kenyans. As we will be demonstrating, this minister, my good friend, the Honorable Mithika Linturi, on this case of fertilizer, he gave the Kenyan public information over the same subject, 4 versions. Initially, there was no fertilizer. There is no fake fertilizer. Initially, there's only 3,000 bad fertilizer on the market. But the minister went ahead to even tell Kenyans about soil moisturizer. Honestly, we shouldn't have reached here. We should not even be discussing this matter, because Kenyans need to discuss the minister. Kenyans need the truth and nothing but the truth. As we will be demonstrating, this is not the first time we have scandals in that ministry. As part of the reasons why, if you go through a submission, the minister should be impeached. This is not the first scandal in the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development. We had the sugar scandal. Kenyans kept quiet. Someone had to speak, Madam Chair, about this.
When Learned Council Camino tries to trivialize this matter, it pains me because it doesn't know how painful it is. Because, Chairman, there is no, in the history of the judicial system, nowhere, and this matter has ever been done or conducted live on TV. It was mine. And that was the reason when Dr. Muthoni Ankolu tries to contextualize this story, then it's not taken seriously. Just like as mentioned, there is a judgment there by Ongundi, which clearly in a paragraph says that is what happened. That as we look into this matter, let us really look at the matter on the basis of evidence and the fact. I am ready to defend myself, and I really know the pain that the number of farmers that really interacted with the few bags of fertilizer. I really feel for them, and I've taken corrective measures from the ministry. Those people that we believe were culpable, I've already taken plea, and Chairman, I want to leave it at that, but it's very painful for me, because when I took over the ministry, the country was in a crisis, didn't have food. We were trying to import food. We've produced 67 million bags within the first year. And when we are telling people going back to the farms, I thank the farmers that came to listen to us.
After 56 days, the prolonged doctor strike has finally ended following negotiations between the government and the Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacists and Dentists Union. On Wednesday evening, through KMPDU Secretary General Davji Atela, they have signed to return to work. Atela stated that they have held discussions with government stakeholders, including the Ministry of Health, agreeing to some of their demands while pledging to address doctors' future demands. Doctors have been given 24 hours to return to work after their grievances were heard.
I also want to thank the able leadership of KMPDU, who believe in one thing, that justice must be done and must be done now. And so from the document that we had a very long meeting today with our National Advisory Council, that is the highest decision-making organ. And they endorsed that we signed this particular return to work formula today, so that it can pave way for the doctors to resume work within 24 hours from now. And that means a strike that began on 13th of March 2024 has been called off. The government has insisted to us that they are different government, there are different persons in office, that we need to believe in them, that they are not conmen. And therefore, we have decided that despite having said and stated that we do not go home with promissory notes, we have decided to take the promise for the last time. But as we take this, I must say that one of the fundamental issues, that is the matter of doctor interns, is still pending. This matter was filed in court in Eldoret. This matter has been part of the conversations, and we could not come to a particular agreement because the union was for the opinion that the doctor intern must be posted immediately as per the CBA, while the government was for the opinion that we have to await for the court litigation that is ongoing in Eldoret before we come to an agreement. But there we have a joint caveat that is going on. All the doctor interns, that is the medical officer interns, the pharmacist interns, and the dentist interns will have to wait a little bit longer. We have agreed on a 60 days period that they will not be posted, but we'll be having conversations on this issue. It then means that as this matter in court is ongoing, we'll also be having conversation. But one thing we must assure everybody, every doctor and every person, that the rights of workers as enshrined in a collective bargaining agreement that is signed, that is sacrosanct, we will always endeavor to protect that.
It is time for the newspaper review. We kick it off with the Star. Now, as we can see in the Star, MPs hike travel cash as judiciary face budget cuts. Now, Ruto has pledged annual increment of 3 billion to boost the judiciary fund. Linturi also has been dealt a blow as probe team admits new evidence. Indeed, this is a tough time for CS Mithika Linturi. At their sides, Obado was a trailer home when Sharo was killed, says a witness. Number 2, politicians under probe over hate speech. That is according to Kindiki. And now doctors end strike after medics ink deal with the state. Now, about the first story, Obado is a story that has been going on for a long time now. This was former Migori Governor Okoth Obado, who was accused of conspiring to kill one Sharon, who allegedly, okay, it is not allegedly because at the end of the day he accepted, who was his lover, and when she was found dead, it was alleged that he was killed, and the motive for the killing was because she was pregnant, and Obado wanted to silence her. So that is the story that is continuing about former Migori Governor Okoth Obado. If you're interested, get yourself a copy and read. At the very top of the Star newspaper, all schools to open on Monday, May 13th as flooding expect to subside. We know the story. That is what you are having on the Star. At the very back of the Star, surprise awaits. Kosgei believes she can go one more step and win Olympic title in Paris. We know that the Olympics are fast forwarding, and we hope that for the best for our team. We go to the Standard. Now, in the Standard newspaper, the very first story, as it was in the Star, the Standard newspaper is also showing us about Linturi, Mithika Linturi. The Standard newspaper is also talking about school reopening, headache for students, parents, and teachers, doctors, and also the crippling strike. Authorities and the union authorities and the union agree on majority of the 19 demands that doctors have been pushing for, except one, the sticky issue of pay for medical interns. That is the only place they have not been able to come to a conclusion or a general conclusion. And moving on to the story, the main story, the impeachment motion, Linturi love affair clouds ouster trial. Now, grounds for impeachment include, as stated here on the Standard, number one, gross violation of Constitution by approving procurement of fake fertilizer by NCPB, that is the National Cereal and Produce Board. Number two, gross misconduct by engaging in a public spat with journalists, storming manufacturing plants and revoking licenses. That is the second story we have. Then failure to demonstrate professionalism in the performance of his duty in a manner that maintains public confidence. Finally, submitted false information to a department committee of the National Assembly on the type of distributed fertilizer. Now, one question I will ask about this whole fertilizer scandal, during the time when Mithika Linturi was presented before the committee, I could see the members of the committee who were probing on the fake fertilizer. They took the fertilizers that were presented with their hands, smelt it and touched it, and they decided that that is not good fertilizer. Now, I'm not backing Mithika Linturi up, but I'm asking, how best do you testify? How best do you test for fertilizer? Food for thought. Now, that is all from the Standard. At the back of the Standard, Dortmund leave Mbappe chasing Champions League shadows. Rumors has it that Mbappe wants to join Manchester United. That Manu and the team will confirm for me, but I saw that around yesterday. That is a story being featured, not about Mbappe's relocation, but about Dortmund leaving Mbappe chasing champions. That is the story. I'm so sorry. That is the story being focused at the back of the Standard. Next, we have the Daily Nation. Now, the Daily Nation, school set to reopen amid safety fears. Schools set to reopen amid safety fears. Sorry about that. Anxiety. President William Ruto yesterday asked parents to prepare to send their children back to school on Monday, but many institutions have been destroyed by the floods and are still in a state of despair, with classrooms and toilets submerged and roads and bridges also damaged. Is it safe for all learners? That is the question they're asking. Then there's the story of Miss Salome Anyango, a 60-year-old lady. As you can see on your screen, the lady has lost a daughter and 2 grandchildren due to the floods. She is a resident of Mathare, and her story is being featured on the Daily Nation. At the very top, the deal that ended the doctor strike. The government and the Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacists and Dentists Union yesterday signed a return to work formula, ending a devastating 56-day nationwide strike that has claimed many lives and left patients with no option but to pursue healthcare in expensive private hospitals. However, the parties failed to agree on a key factor of the strike, the posting and payment of intern doctors. The government said the matter is still in court. That is what we have on the Daily Nation. At the back of the Daily Nation, of course, it is how state and union struck the end of the 56-day doctors' strike. And I have noticed for Daily Nation, any story that appears at the top, it is what is featured at the back of that news, of the Daily Nation newspaper. Now, before we go, I will leave you with this question. Now, the Daily Nation is asking, is it safe for all learners? And my question is, has it ever been really safe for all learners? Even without the floods, even without the rains, we've been seeing children or learners, pupils, students go to school under harsh conditions. We cannot use the floods as an excuse. Our schools have been poor. Our learning institutions need a lot of digging into. The government needs to do something about it and not blame it on the floods. We need to do better as a country. Yes, that is me, Consolata Chibalonza. When you come back, Glow Mustard Talk founder Lilian is here with us. We will be doing a discussion on 1, 2, 3 things about the Glow Mustard Foundation, and she's also a coach. We will talk about what she coaches, how she coaches, and maybe a little bit we will look for a thing or two that we can learn from her this morning. This is EBN TV Morning Live. My name is Consolata Chibalonza. Do not move.
From Nairobi, Kenya, this is EBN TV.
Welcome to the heart of agriculture, where the journey of maize begins, but it doesn't end there. It's just the beginning of a story that touches lives, sustains communities, and fuels dreams. At Nelco Maize Millers, we understand the significance of maize in our lives. It's more than just a crop. It's a staple, a tradition, and a source of livelihood for millions. Introducing Sherehe and Cheka Maize Meal. Elevate your meals with our premium grade 1 sifted maize meal. Exclusively from Nelco Millers. Sherehe Maize Meal. Tusherehekee pamoja.
Gospel to the Nation from 7:30 p.m.
And the purpose that the Lord has for you is a greater purpose.
With Apostle Simon M.
The Bible says he has a better plan for your life.
Where the truth of the gospel is at home. Every Saturday from 7:30 p.m.
You are watching EBN TV, transforming your world.
Hi, my name is Jeff Kimayu Somba. Join me this and every other Thursday from 7:30 to 8 p.m. on the Spheres of Life as we get to understand different personalities and their challenges and how they overcame them. This is happening only on EBN TV.
About who she is and what she does. Welcome, Sana.
Thank you so much, my host.
Please tell us who you are and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, thank you. First, let me say thank you for having me in your show. I'm humbled. And also hello to our esteemed viewers from wherever they are watching us from. My name is Lilian Gathigia. As you said, I am the founder of Glow Mustard Talk. I serve as a career development coach. So personally, I am the director in Glow Mustard Talk, where we deal with anything related to career issues. So we have to help individuals who are starting from scratch, someone who does not know the direction he or she is supposed to take when it comes to a career. So this applies both academically, business-wise. Especially academically, I love to sensitize a lot, because one small mistake about choosing a course and you have invested, you have made the decision to invest money and finances in the wrong course. And you know the disadvantage of taking the wrong course, not the wrong course, sorry, but taking a course based on the wrong concept. Once you are released into the job market, if you do not get a job, it will be very hard for you to initiate something by yourself. This is because it's something that is not in you. So taking the initiative to get something of your own will be very hard. And even if you get that job, it will be hard for you to be a competent employee, because this is something that you cannot do skillfully. You just went for it, maybe because you heard it is marketable, you heard people are being paid well. And even it is also unfortunate when parents get to force their kids to do a course, not based from the kid's decision, but because the parents feel that this is the right course for my child. So it is unfortunate when people get to invest in the wrong course. And also business-wise, you just start a business, maybe because you've seen your sibling or your colleague has started a business, is being successful. So we have to make sure that the business that you want to invest in, something that you want to start, it's something that you're passionate about, it's something that aligns with your strength, so that you can be able to have that drive, even if the challenges come. You know, when you have a passion, even if there are challenges, even if there are setbacks, you still have that urge to wake up again and soldier on. So we help such candidates, we help such individuals, and also when it comes to someone who has already known, now this is my passion, I would love to be a journalist like Consolata, I'd love to be an athlete, I'd love to be we have so many careers. So there's a difference between knowing what you want and executing it. There are people who see it as a very big mountain in front of them. How do I get to start it? How do I get to execute it? So we help such individuals to jumpstart. How do you get going? How do you start? How do you follow the right direction? And also now, after you have jump-started, we have another phase that I love to refer to as the challenging phase. And there is no career that doesn't lack challenges. Every career has challenges, and we train and coach individuals how to maneuver through the challenges, so that you do not use the shortcuts to attain your success. You do not use illegal ways. You have to follow the right procedure. And as we always say, success does not come overnight. You have to go through various challenges so that you can be able to reach the successful phase. And also now in this successful phase, we still train individuals so that we do not have cases whereby we have already seen individuals, even in our social media platforms. Someone was at their high peak, but after 2 years, 3 years, someone is back on the social media street begging, saying how things never went well. So we have to train these individuals. How do you handle success, the fame, the money, the recognition that comes with it, so that you do not feel overwhelmed by all these good things that are coming your way. You do not know how to handle them, and then you crumble down. So we help individuals all through those phases of a career journey.
Wow, that is amazing. So that's so tell us where did it start from? Because now that's what Glow Mustard does. So where did it start from? How did you come up with, and why the name Glow Mustard?
Oh wow, that's a very good question. First, let me start with that question. Why the name Glow Mustard Talk? And I love to say that It came as a result of praying and fasting, first of all, the name Glow Mustard Talk. And the word glow is as a result of, many people are used to motivational speakers are boring people, they don't want to listen to them. So from the word go, I knew my brand. I wanted to be a brand that when people see it and hear about it, they know that is a speaker or a coach who keeps a session lively. And also now when it comes to the word mustard, it's about the mustard seed in the Bible. See how I see the mustard seed is small, but when it's planted, watered, and then it grows, it becomes something big, something useful. So in relation to the mustard, I want it to be such that a person gets the services from Glow Mustard Talk. He was something in relation to being something small or someone small, but when we coach him, when we train him, when we walk the journey with him, at the end of it all, he will be something big, something that is admired, and that's why I came with the word Glow Mustard Talk.
Okay, so how did it start?
Okay. Glow Mustard Talk. Personally, I started as a coach in 2019, early 2019. By that time, I had not identified myself with the name Glow Mustard Talk. So I was doing voluntary coaching because I was forming a foundation. This is because I had fought with the fear of public speaking for more than 10 years. So when I realized that I have a gift in public speaking and in coaching, I had to fight the fear. And for me to fight the fear, I had to do voluntary coaching. This is because I knew no one, I had no network to a person who does coaching. And so I reached out to someone who was doing the same, and I asked him how to go about it. He told me, if that is your starting point, you have to make sure where you go, you ask for voluntary services, because I did not have a profile to show someone that I've already done this coaching or this session, and so maybe you can give me work to do. No. So I had to work as a voluntary coach, and that is what I did. I went back to my home place in Nyandarua County, and I approached schools, and I'm glad to say, like, out of 10 schools, I got an approval of 8 schools.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's why I started my foundation, and with time now, from how I performed, I will get referrals, I will be recommended by the school heads or someone who saw me doing it, and that's now how I started building my career coaching. So towards the end of 2019, that's when I got the name Glow Mustard Talk, and I have been using it over the years. And also, it's good to note that I started as a general coach. I used to do anything, stress management, love, relationships, and all that. But last year, that's when I looked at all the sessions that I've been doing, because I've been doing online and physically. And I realized that 90% of them, I have always been directing them towards recognizing your purpose, how you can nurture your purpose, how you can be successful in your purpose. And I saw the need to specialize in career coaching, because we have a lot of coaching. We have people who deal with mental health, we have trauma, we have people who deal with kids, others it's marriage coaching. So mine, I decided to focus particularly in career coaching.
So tell us maybe, how many people work under you? How many people form Glow Mustard Talk?
Okay, as a team, we have about 8 to 10 employees, because 2 of them work part-time. They help me in executing my posters and maybe arranging the sessions that I have to attend. So as a team, we have about 10 employees where we are able to execute our services. So this ensures that we execute quality services. It's not a matter of just coaching to bring in the profits or to bring in the numbers so that you can approach someone and tell her you have these numbers. It's about the impact. And when you deliver the impact, that is when you're going to get a referral. That is when you're going to get a recommendation. But if you just do your things for the sake of doing it, people are they're not going to respect your brand. They're not going to refer you to someone else. So it's all about creating that impact, delivering quality services.
And does Glow Mustard Talk only deal with career coaching? There are other coaches who deal with other areas?
No, we only deal with career coaching. because we love to specialize on the career journey itself. So we have to deal with the whole career journey, as I mentioned, starting from scratch, jump starting, dealing with the challenging phase, and also having to maneuver through the successful phase so that you do not crumble after a few years.
Wow, that is amazing. So we're taking a short break. When we come back, we shall now be diving deep into the career part. Now we want to know a little bit about career development, a little bit about branding. How do you brand and brand it well? Don't just brand just for the sake of branding or just because there's the name. I want to be a brand or to have a brand. How do you brand well? How do you represent yourself well in the market space? This is EBN TV Morning Live. Keep it locked.
Hi, my name is Jeff Somba. Join me this and every other Thursday from 7:30 to 8 p.m. on the Spheres of Life as we get to understand different personalities and their challenges and how they overcame them. This is happening only on EBN TV.
You are watching EBN TV, transforming your world.
This is EBN TV, transforming your world.
Thank you very much for keeping it right here on EBN TV. My name is Consolata Chibalonza. Welcome back to Morning Live. I am hosting today Lilian Gathigia, founder Glow Master Talk, and also a career development coach. And right now for this second segment, we want to talk matters career development. We want to dive a little bit deep into career development, and I want us to talk about building an irresistible and competent brand. First of all, tell us what a brand is.
So when it comes to a brand, this is something that you identify with. It is something that explains what you do, its personality, the services or the products that it is delivering, and how you do it. So when it comes to being a competent and irresistible brand, first we have to ask ourselves, what does it really mean? So when it comes to a competent brand, this is more of dealing with other brands in the same field. So how are you able to remain above the other brands that you are competing with? And also, how are you able to remain afloat even in the midst of harsh economic times, even when you are faced with external factors? So how are you able to remain competent? When it comes to being irresistible, this is more of dealing with your client. How are you able to give them what they need? Are you able to create a positive impact? So you have to make sure that you are competent and irresistible so that you can remain relevant in the market force. So there are various factors, but starting with the most basic of all, we have several identities that you're supposed to make as a brand. I'm just going to touch roughly. That is, we have a vision and a mission. This is something people tend to confuse a lot. So a vision is where you envision yourself to be in the future, whereas a mission are the strategies that you deploy in order to get to that vision.
All right.
Then you also have the core values, that is the values that you deploy that explain what your brand is all about.
It's made of,
Yeah, and then you also have a slogan, a logo. You also have colors that a brand should have. And I'm glad I can already see the colors of EBN TV. We have blue, mustard, and white. Such that when someone sees those colors, I already know that is EBN TV. TV.
It's okay.
So that is the most basic things that, as you think about building a brand, they are identities that you are not supposed to lack. So now when you come into the deeper part of it, it's a broad and wide topic, but you are going to touch roughly about it.
Okay.
Then number one, we have something we call a UVP. And a UVP refers to a unique value proposition of an individual. So you as a person whom you are building your brand, what is that unique value that you're going to add to a product or to a service so that it's unique? You know, we have this misconception that the market is so full, so do not go for that business. But because you know you yourself, the unique value that you're going to bring into this particular field, then do not be afraid to venture into it, even if you're being told it is already flooded. So, for example, I could use an example of buildings and architecture. We have so many buildings, and if you can compare the buildings that we have today and those of ages ago, you can see there is a difference.
Yeah, huge one.
Today, as I was coming on my way here, I saw a building, the Curve. You can see its design is unique. We also have buildings like Oracle, we have Britam Towers, CBK Pension Towers. You can see that this is something unique that was imposed on those buildings. It's not the normal rectangle story buildings that we are used to. So you have to make sure that you have that unique thing that people know you for. Even for example, as you, my host, we have so many hosts, we have so many TV shows, but you have the unique value in you such that you are able to attract clients. They say they want to listen to Consolata's show because she knows how to handle her guests, she knows how to pass the relevant and significant information towards the audience. So it is good that people are able to know or recognize the unique value proposition in them. And also along that point, you have to make sure that you remain creative and innovative. When water bottles came into the market, they were so basic. It's just something clear. You just open and you drink. But right now we have water bottles that keep the liquid hot. We also have others that they entertain parents a lot because they come with a picture of the child, the name, such that even if this kid carries the water bottle at school, she will come back home with it because it has her name, it has her image. So you have to apply the creativity and innovation so that you are able to attract more clients to your side. That's one point. Then
before you can even continue, just a small quick question. There has been a great conflict between being creative and contest between copyrights. How can one avoid copywriting materials such that, sorry, just as you said, EBN has blue, has mustard, has white. Maybe I love those three colors. I also love blue, mustard, white. But then what can make my brand stand out such that it is not tied to that of EBN, or what can make EBN stand out so much that it is not tied to another brand?
Yeah, we have had such cases because, for example, we already know that when you see green, red and white, we already know what telecommunication service is that. And you as a person, you also want to come in with those colors because you feel that is what is going to work for your brand. And as I said from the beginning, we have several identities. So it's not only a matter of the colors that we put into perspective. You have to put into perspective your slogan, because I believe your slogan, the words that you're going to use are not going to be completely the same with another brand. Colors can be the same, but the words, you have to make sure they are something different. You also have to make sure that your vision and mission is also something different. And also the registration of your business is very important from the word go, so that someone will not come to take advantage of your name because you did not make that step to register. So registering of a business name is very, very important, so that if someone wanted to use it, by the time he or she is going to ask for it from the e-citizen portal, he or she shall be told that it is already taken.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so it's good that you make the registration from the start.
Okay, let's continue. So you were saying number one is UVP.
Yeah. Then we have something we call post-purchase support. This is something like after-sales service. So for example, you walk into a spa or a salon, and then after you've been finished your services, maybe there is a gentleman who has been shaved. There are spas that give you a free massage afterwards for free. They don't charge that. So that is one of the way that you can give your client a post-purchase support. There are others also who give you a warranty service, such that we've given you this item. In case it goes, you go and use it, but
it malfunctions.
It malfunctions, maybe in a period of 1 year, then you will be able to bring it back and we shall give you a new one, or we shall repair. We also have something like when you buy a TV set. Right now, many people install them in the walls at their home. So these people who are selling the TV sets makes a decision to install it to you for free. So these are the after sales services that I'm referring to. And we also have something we call the bonuses and the offers and the promotions. We know of that common month that we all wait for towards the end of the year, something we call Black Friday. You will find that even people start saving their money from the beginning of the year, January, because they know when that month comes, we shall be having affordable prices for items that they really need. So it is good that you consider yourself to give your clients an after sales service. And also when it comes to after sales services, you have to ensure that you are giving value to your clients. And this comes, sorry about that.
Yeah, it's okay.
This comes, for example, we know of shops or restaurants that sell pizzas. They tell you on a particular day, if you come and purchase one, we shall give you another one free. We also, we also have banks that tend to have this trend of every 100 customer, we shall give him points. So it's good as a brand, as you are growing, for you to remain competent and irresistible. You keep in mind what the client wants, what the client will value, so that he or she shall keep coming back. Oh
wow. So you've said there's the UVP, that is being unique. Make sure that your brand is unique and what you have, not anybody, like your services cannot be acquired anywhere else. Not necessarily because of what you have, but because of how you present what you have. Then number two, you also said the afterworks,
post-purchase
support. You said that once they have received your services, once they have acquired those services, they ensure that you try to ensure that you give them something that will make them come back. So let me ask, how can I ensure that this post-service post-purchase support will not cause harm to me business-wise, like market-wise, instead of now the amount that I've gained in the service that you have procured from me, by me giving you this extra service, wouldn't it cost me again?
There is that aspect, but also now you have to bring in a team that is a professional team that have to look at your calculations, because I agree with you, you could do something, but it ends up giving
costing
you a loss,
more,
instead of giving you the profit. So you have to have an extra team. If maybe you are not professionalized or you are not an expert. For example, in my case, I cannot promise you that I'm going to do good mathematics for you. So I have to bring in a team that is going to look at the services I offer. What is it on my side that I can do so that I can be able to give that post-purchase support. So for example, in my case, I can give, after a session, I can give a pen, and not only a pen, but a branded pen.
I hope I'll get
one. Written Global Stat Talk, I'll give you one. Written Global Stat Talk at the end of the session. So you have to look at what you are bringing in, the cost and the profit that you are making, and the service that you are giving out. It's not more than the profit that you are making. So you have to consider it's a service that is still giving you significant profit. And also this aspect of comparing yourself with a bigger brand. You know, bigger brand gives bigger support. So you have to know where your brand is. Is it something that is starting off? Is it something that is still making the journey, or is it an established brand? So go with where your level of brand is, and then measure what kind of after support will you offer.
Wow, this is amazing. So allow me to ask about, since we're talking about careers, there are those careers that here in Kenya, they are not very well accommodated in terms of a parent will hear you want to venture and they'll be like, there's no money, there's no sustainability, there's nothing good that can come out of it. But then there's also this aspect of, I'm passionate about it. This is what I feel I want to do. This is where I feel I want to go. For instance, music, number 2, acting. Kwanza acting. Number 1, acting. Number 2, music. You know, people will come and say, I'm passionate about this. But when I look at my country, we don't have Hollywood. You know, it's not like Hollywood. You know, in the US, if you are an actor, you're earning more than even an MP. But here in Kenya, you're an actor and you'll just live in the slums, you know, and all in the name of that's what you're passionate about. So for such people, would you recommend a different career and the passion on the side, or what would be the advice be?
As I already said in the beginning, passion is something that is very, very important. And like I said, it is unfortunate that some parents force their kids to venture into something they are not passionate about. And that is why I always feel a pinch when we go to high schools to do career talks. Yes, we have talked to the students to choose something that they are passionate about, but we have not talked to the parent. The parent was not there. So we have not informed the parent to allow the kid to choose the career that he or she wants. So it's something that I always advocate for in schools, that we should also talk to their parents so that they can understand the essence of a child choosing the right course. So when it comes to such a matter, I'll still stick to my rule. Go for something that you're passionate about. Like you said, acting. At the moment right now as a country, we know acting is not something that has yet been able to pay those the ones who are acting well. But if you look at the people who have been working over their acting career, I don't know if I'm allowed to mention, people who, someone like Jackie Matubia, someone like Eddie Butita who runs the Nastoto show. If you enter into their YouTube platforms, you will see that those shows are making a killing. Abel Mutua. And if you look, these are not people who started yesterday.
Of course.
I remember I was in class 6 when I started watching Tahidi High. So it's something they started long ago. So I cannot promise you that you go for your passion and next week you'll be earning the millions. No, you have to go for your passion, but make sure be patient enough. It's a journey. It's not an overnight success. So make sure you go slowly by slowly, and also even if it's not giving the profits that you need, it is okay to go for a side hustle as long as you do not leave it completely. Make sure you are trying to network, you go for auditions. That's where the breakthroughs come in. So you have to make sure you do not go completely away from your passion.
Are there institutions, just in case you may know, are there institutions in Kenya that you think have come up with a way of really strengthening the art industry? Because that is the area that I think is not doing well. You know, they are the giants, kina doctor, pilot, lawyer, they are those, and then they are not bad, kina teacher, I'm a professor, not bad. Then kuna I'm a businessman.
Yeah.
Okay.
A farmer.
Then, yeah, a farmer. That's group number 3. Then there's group number 4. I'm a freelancer. Then there's number 5, an artist. Any kind of an artist is just there.
Creator.
A content creator,
Yeah.
TikToker, all those number 5. Is there a school? Are there institutions? Not one in particular, but are there institutions that you have seen in your line of career that you've seen and you can really what's the word? You can advise people to go check them out. Do they exist for arts here in Kenya?
Specifically in the art industry, I may not be sure that there is such an institution because, of course, I also do not deal with the art industry. But I would advise people on the importance of networking because you see, as a career coach, I'm dealing generally with all careers. I do not go into the specifications of a doctor, of an artist. But when you network, and I always advocate for a person to have a mentor. You know, there is a difference between a mentor and a coach. For me, I am a coach of general coaches. But if I need a mentor, I will go for someone who is a career coach, not just any motivational speaker out there. No, I always approach another career coach. So as an artist, those people who want to be artists, to be actors and actresses, identify a group that deals with acting and approach that particular group. That's where you get all the information that you need to know. Is there a school I can go? Is there someone I can approach to? Is there someone I can collaborate with to work with on a project? So when it comes to a specific type of a career, maybe you are a chef, or maybe you want to be someone like an agribusiness, an agronomist, you have to identify a mentor who does the same thing as you, but it's someone who has already been successful, someone who is already up there. He knows the do's and don'ts. He knows if you want to get a license for this particular activity, this is where you have to go. So when a person comes for the coaching services, I coach him generally, but I always make sure that this person gets the mentor.
The mentor.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I think that marks the end of our discussion today. Time flies, I know. But generally, as we close, what would you love to tell maybe parents or even fellow learners, students, pupils, the same, who are watching you right now?
Okay. Thank you. It's so unfortunate that time has flied really fast, but I hope you'll have me again.
Yes, we will.
Okay, so I'd love to start with parents. I'd love to tell them that allow your children to venture into something that they are passionate about. That is what is going to open ways for them. And also to students who are still in school, make sure that even if you are in university, you are in college, do not just be in the mode of learning. Make sure you do something extra in relation to that learning. Attend events. That is how you are going to get network even before you finish your school. You may find yourself you've already found a job opportunity. And also I'd love to guide all those people who are building their brands. It is very important to flow with the technology. It is important to identify the technology that has come up. Right now, it's not all about the apps that we have. It is about which app is using AI. So if you have an app, but it is not incorporating AI, you might be left out. So make sure as a brand, what kind of technology have you implied? Is it the one that we used to use 5 years ago, or are you flowing with what has already evolved right now? So ensure that you incorporate technology in your brand, and that is another way that you're going to remain relevant in the market.
Wow, thank you very much. That was Lillian from Glow Master Talk. She is the founder. She is also a career development coach. She will be joining us again soon because it seems that there's a lot we need to discuss. And I'm glad that we're able to have you just before children will resume to school. At least now they know they're going to school with something in mind. I hope they've taken whatever needs to be taken. For those who are doing business, I hope you've learned something about your branding, how to make your branding unique, how to make your branding how to make your customers or your clients come back over and over again. That is important. Thank you very much, Lillian. May God bless you. May God bless Glue Mustard.
Thank you.
I hope to see you again soon.
Thank you.
And that marks the end of today's EBN TV Morning Live, which is Thursday. And that is all we have in store for you. We'll see you at 1 with the news at 1. My name is Consolata Chibalonza. And until 1, be blessed.